saying Jehovah.
What's going on, YouTube? How you doing? How you doing? First and foremost, man, I want to thank everyone for the love and support. And like I always say, man, I will always be thankful for that. And before we get started, please hit that subscribe button for your boy. Please hit that subscribe button for your boy. Birthright citizenship. It didn't go in our favor, Black Americans. It really didn't. And just in case you didn't hear the news, the Supreme Court ruled that the 14th Amendment guarantees birthright citizenship to children born in the United States, including those whose parents are in the country unlawfully or only temporarily, striking down President Trump's executive order. Sad, ain't it? Real messed up. Man, I'm going to tell y'all something. When I watched that hearing, the second hearing, because you know they did a hearing last year. They were hitting some great topics last year. But for some odd reason, y'all, when I watched the hearing this year in April, like a couple months ago, it was certain things that Trump lawyers were saying. They kept going to this Wong case, then they kept going to other things, but they was not attacking the real part of the Constitution dealing with us as black people, especially the freed slaves. They never pounced on that. And I just never understood why they didn't do that. And that's why the Supreme Court justices were asking these wild questions. That's why they weren't really comfortable passing it through, except Clarence Thomas. Who was, let me see who it was. It was what? Clarence Thomas, Sam Alito, and Neil Gorsuch. And I guess the other guy, he added his little thing to it. But they wasn't going to pass that. And if y'all think about it, majority of these people that's on the Supreme Court are immigrants. If you think about it, what, Clarence Thomas might be the only person on the Supreme Court that's not an immigrant. I think Ketanji Brown won. From what I hear, I heard she's Jamaican or Caribbean. From what I hear, I don't know. But majority of these people on the Supreme Court are immigrants. If you think about it, they're not heritage Americans or foundational black Americans or anything like that. The only one is Clarence Thomas that I see. Everybody else got an immigrant background. That was another thing I said to myself, like, man, these people ain't going to vote against their own interests. They just not. And I think that lady, they got that, them Haitian kids, I don't know if she voted for or against. I think she voted against it. I don't know. Don't quote me on that because it just happened. But I just think it was just everything. I just knew she was wasn't gonna go for it either. I think Trump lawyers tried to lose this case for Donald Trump. I really do. Because they didn't fight hard enough for it. And to my black Americans too, I just want to say this to y'all. Don't let this get y'all down, right? This just proved to us now we really got to delineate and we really got to be separate from all these groups of people. What these people trying, like, the old America is almost gone, right? It's finna be a new America right now, and we gotta just accept it for what it is. We gotta try to do things to make sure that we in great position, okay? We're gonna continue to work together. We don't have to work with everybody, but if you or your family member or your friend or your neighbor or somebody you know, y'all work together on something and build something, okay? I know it's deflating. I know it's disheartening, because if that birthright citizenship would have passed through, man, that shit was going to open up the floodgate for us as black Americans. That was going to really separate us from these immigrants, bro. It really was. Especially these Africans and Caribbeans. But at the end of the day, man, we always will fight through things. We always will prevail through things. And we always going to be on top. I always keep that in mind. It is what it is. Life going to go on. There are certain things throughout these couple years in Trump administration that he has done that has benefited us against these immigrants. But that birthright citizenship, that was the one right there. That was the one. And it sucks, man. It really do suck, because the second thing why I'm mad at is I had some jokes for these immigrants, y'all. The stuff that I was going to say about these Africans, these Caribbeans, these Asians, these Mexicans, these fake white Indians, these Ellis Islanders, all these immigrant groups that come up. Oh, I had something for them. I had something for him. But I'm gonna tell you something. God be watching out. God be watching out, cause He knew I was gonna go left. He knew I was gonna go left, and a lot of y'all was gonna go left. The energy that we was about to have, and how we was about to celebrate Black Americans, it was gonna be diabolical. I could just imagine the comments. I can imagine the videos. I can imagine everything that was going to happen when that passed. Ooh, y'all, that was gonna be something else, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's the only thing that I wish that would. That was the second thing that I wish it would have passed. Also, because man, the stuff we was gonna say, the history that we was gonna drop, the education, man, everything was gonna be going on this week, man. And it was gonna, and just to see all these immigrant groups just cry on camera. I don't want to go back home. Did they believe it? Well, they be talking about. I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back. Please don't take me back. No. Dang, man. Damn. So, I got a question for y'all, Black Americans. This is gonna be a quick video. What's next? What else can we do? What other things can we push? I think we need to start. This is my personal opinion, and I know it's done. I know it's being done right now, but I think we do need to continue to push some of our Black people into politics and paper them up. Make sure they in good standing. We gotta do like Marcel Dixon. You know, we gotta find people like him, man, in all these states. I wish I can run. I ain't got the. You know, I can't. I'm not good at politicking like this. So, but there are some other great people out here that I have met that I think they would be great in politics, man. I just think we need to start having our own people represent us. We need to get rid of some of these Black folks and some of these immigrants in the Black caucus that need to be dismantled. It's just a lot of things that we need to do as Black people, man. Once again, don't let this get you down. Don't let these Africans see you sweat. Continue to put your foot on their necks. Continue to find other ways on what we can do as Black Americans to make sure we get what's owed to us. Reparations is still on the table. Anything that's tangible is still on the table. We still going to have to continue to make sure that we force these Democrats to do something for us. And if they don't do nothing for us, they will not get our vote. We're going to have to continue to educate our young people about voting, even our older people about voting, about how the Democrats are not for us. Because I know it's going to be a lot of Black Democrat supporters out here celebrating and hooting and hollering and saying all types of stuff about FBAs and stuff like this. So it's going to be all good. It's going to be a lot of anti-FBA rhetoric today and tomorrow from all sides. Okay? So just be prepared, get your mind right, and it's all good, man. Don't let it. I'm telling y'all, don't let this get you down, man. Trust me, it's gonna be light at the end of the tunnel. But we gotta. From what I'm seeing now, though, we gotta. However, America's about to move, we don't need to be left behind, stuck in the old. That's my best advice. If we still stuck in the old and America is moving forward to whatever they want to do, if they trying to be an immigrant nation or whatever they trying to do, or they trying to change the makeup of America, we got to make sure that we are right there, that we not left behind like we was 30, 40 years ago when stuff was happening and we was seeing it, but we were looking past it. This time we seeing how America move. I think the best type of game is to adapt to what's going on, to make sure that we're solidified, to make sure we delineate from all these group of people. We are a separate group of people. I think that's the thing we need to work on right there, and not be stuck in the old, because America is transitioning to a new America. Yo. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's all that told me. Keep in mind, majority of those people that's on the Supreme Court are immigrants. They're not full-blooded to the soil Americans. Keep that in mind. But anyway, y'all have a good one. I love y'all, and y'all be safe.